Hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Awakened podcast. I'm your host Alison.
Hi everyone, I'm Jayson. Welcome back.
And today Jason's going to share his experience when he was actually in a woman's circle.
Yeah, it was a really interesting night, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So my partner before Alison, this is going back a long time as well, she said, I want to do this manifestation thing. This woman's got this new way of manifesting things really quickly. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that sounds fantastic. Let's do that. So we jump in the car, 8 o'clock at night, go to this New Age centre, as you do, and rock up there, and people are already sitting in a circle, and we're like, oh, okay. And I'm looking around, it's like, oh, it's all women. I'm pretty used to that. I'm the token male and some of these things. And everybody's looking at me and saying, what the hell's he doing here? And I'm like, I'm here for the manifestation information with my partner. And the teacher's looking at me going, welcome and everything like that. We're going to talk about manifestation tonight. And she said to me in front of everyone, well, you must need to be here to learn this technique. And I said, look, I didn't know as a female woman's circle. I was just told it's a manifestation circle. And I thought everybody could come regardless of gender. So, and these women were part of, they were her students and part of their moon tribal sacred circle. And I don't think men were really allowed in the circle. So she talked a lot about how to manifest and did a technique. To this day, I don't remember what it was. I know I tried it and I don't think it worked. Anyway, that's just me.
Maybe because you're a male?
Maybe, I don't know. And I didn't know a lot about the moon back then either. Anyway, we did the talk. She did the talk, and nice lady and everything. And we even talked a little bit about, she went on about sex as well.
Okay.
Talking about, it should be more tantric. And I'm thinking, what's that got to do with manifestation? But okay. And the women are looking at me. And I felt like they didn't like men. And then we had a break. And they asked me, so who are you and, what are you about? And I said, look, I'm a healer. I'm thinking this is going to help break, this not being like because I'm a man. And, and a couple of women are really fascinated by me. It's like, oh, it's good to see a male healer and, glad to have you here. It's really cool that more guys are opening up to this. I said, yeah, I know. It's really good, isn't it? I'm the only one here. And then after that, the lights were sort of dimmed down to a point where it was almost dark. We had to dance. And I'm just standing there feeling very awkward, and I was just looking around. All these women were doing all this sexy sex dance, and I was just a bit shocked by that. I'm thinking, is this going to be an orgy? I'm thinking, I've got my work cut out for me, because there was like 10 women. And, my partner at the time, she was doing her sexy dance, and it was like they were worshipping the moon or something and giving their goddess energy to the moon. It was just really odd. And I'm not trying to judge because, people do what they do. But I wasn't expecting this type of evening because I thought it was just about manifestation. So I tried to dance awkwardly. And
because he's a beautiful dancer.
But this was like a different dance. I can't explain it. I had really bad dreams for a while after this course.
Okay.
So I had to, so we finished the evening and I talked to more people and stuff like that. And we went home and I think we had discussions about it because the partner at the time, she was a healer as well, a Reiki master. And then I had to go and I had clients the next day. So I had to go back to the Guardian Angel shop and I had a full day booked up with clients. And that was okay, but I wasn't feeling right. Something happened and I wasn't quite too sure what it was. And then I went home and I was a little bit not right and I was a little bit grouchy as well, which is not like me really. So I had to go back to the shop again the next day because I had more clients. And then the lady of the shop that ran the shop, it was her business, Shirley, g'day. She said, you've got an attachment on you. What have you done? And I said, I went to this sacred woman's circle to learn about manifestation and I was the only guy there. She goes, well, for starters, you've been psychically attacked and somebody there who was, she said, was a witch, did something to you and gave you a negative elemental attachment in your auric field.
That's a bit weird.
To do you in.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. And she said they didn't like you being there because you're male. And I went, yeah, I know that now, but at the time I thought it was just a manifestation class. I didn't think it was, because I said to her, I was surprised too with the energy, because the energy was really weird. And I'm used to like really nice, high energy and stuff like that. This was very, very different. And talking about tantra and sex, which is fine. I mean, I love tantric sex and stuff like that.
Because the energy is beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different level of connection and stuff like that. But the whole thing, I've got to be honest, I was a little bit creepy and I was a little bit scared for myself. So Shirley then got some dowsing rods and went over my auric field and said, "Yep, I've found it." And she actually was able to take it out of my aura.
I love Shirley.
Yeah,
She's an amazing woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
And after that, I was instantly fixed.
I'd love to know how she did that with
I
the dowsing.
don't know. I can't remember. She was able to detect it and remove it by using these dowsing rods. And I was fantastic then. So I went home to the partner and stuff and told her, and I don't think it went down well. And at the time, this teacher, because she was youngish, had a very, very big following and all female. And I think the male aspect was frowned upon in many ways, and I just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Very wrong.
Yeah, well, I just trusted, it was a manifestation course.
Yeah, but of course, yeah.
Not expecting to go into this female...
woman's cave kind of thing.
Yeah, sacred cave stuff. Because I've been a part of, invited into sacred women's circles and stuff like that, and, that's been fantastic. I've learned a lot about females and their energies and stuff like that. So I've been really blessed in so many ways to be part of that. Because in this sector, especially back then, there wasn't a lot of men that were really interested in this. Different now.
Yeah,
very different now.
Very different now.
Like on my Jayson Infinite Magic YouTube, there's a lot of, with the demo healings, there's a lot of men which are watching it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because most of my clients really are 90+% female.
Yeah.
So it's really great to have more men come in and learn about themselves and all that sort of jazz. But back then it wasn't really heard of. I mean, I think when I was a student, there would have been me sometimes or another bloke in the class, because it was just predominantly female.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why I thought I didn't want to do it, because it's like, it's a bit girlish. But I had to, because it was part of my pathway.
Because you're an amazing healer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I was meant to do all the training, and regardless of I was the token male or not, I just had to get over that.
Yeah.
So I can go into a group of women, 100 women, and not be fussed anymore.
Yeah.
Not feel, oh, geez, I'm going to be a bloke here.
Yeah.
But that was a very interesting night, and I wasn't expecting what played out, but it did play out. But I learnt a lot as well with the auric field and psychic attacks, and even just a thought can be used as an attack. Because I pull out barbs and stuff, which is also connected to psychic attacks.
I'm just fascinated about how Shirley was able to do it with dowsing rods.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
because it had to be quick, because I had clients waiting and stuff like that. So I didn't have time to sit with her and stuff like that. And I sort of just forgot, because I felt instantly better. So I just got on with the day.
Yeah.
'Cause I booked out. And very, very interesting stuff. And I guess you just got to be mindful when you go to a situation like that. I think if I was by myself, I think I would have just gone. But because I was driving, I couldn't leave the girl in the class by herself. Well, I could have, but it would have gone down well.
Yeah, you could have. I think the moral of the story for me is we all just got to be mindful when we join some groups. Like, if it feels creepy, leave.
Yeah, but if you took your partner with you, I mean, we're different.
Yeah, we're very different.
We would both walk in
and walk out
and go, not for us.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that sort of partnership with this other person like I do with you. So it was a little bit different.
Yeah, if we walked in somewhere and either one of us has said something's not right here, and the other one tuned in and is like, yeah, you're right, we both would leave. Like, straight away.
Yeah. This other person would do a hissy fit and lose her marbles.
Yeah, because we know too much and we don't want to be caught up in things that are, not for our benefit or not for our highest good. Yeah,
we're very lucky and blessed to be at the level within ourselves and our partnership. So we're very, very lucky. It's very rare. And there's a lot of, there's quite a few females out there a little bit hurt and damaged by men as well. And I don't think that helps
No, it is unfortunate that the female gender, we get very hurt by men. And I don't know if I don't think men do it on purpose. I just think that us females, we want love so much that our hearts are so open that we want to receive that love, and then when it gets taken away, we just feel so hurt.
I think because we all want the fairy tale.
Yeah, we do.
And we've been brought up as children with the fairy tale of the prince and the
princess and
the prince and the knight in shining armor. You know, knight in shining
armor.
Yeah, the person on the horse.
Yeah, that is the knight in shining armor.
Yeah, coming to save the day and stuff like that.
But I'm gonna go off topic from like spiritual or energetic stuff, and it is related. I have watched a lot of bridal shows like Say Yes to the Dress, and if a lot of you women out there have seen this show, you would understand what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of brides that say they want the fairy tale wedding. They want to be the princess and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, why be the princess when you are supposed to be the queen in your at your wedding? You know, not this idea of big poofy dress because a princess has worn it. Why don't you just be the queen? And instead of going for the typical princess poofy dress, wear something that makes you feel like a woman for your wedding.
But I guess if you're getting married at 18 or 19...
Well, then you get caught up in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I think that's programmed in our DNA or in our cellular, where we all want that beautiful fairy tale story.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying don't have the fairy tale wedding. I'm just saying, like, they always come in with this fairy tale princessy theme instead of being the queen. Yeah.
I want to go back to what you were saying about, because it's funny how we're talking about this sacred manifestation women's circle and we're talking about, you know, the gender now. Unfortunately, blokes operate very differently than you girls. We are very different in our chemistry of our mind, our testosterone, how we do things, how we communicate, how we express. I mean, I guess I'm a bit lucky because I feel I'm quite good at expressing and communicating.
Yeah, you are.
Where a lot of guys are not able to do that, and especially open up their hearts to be vulnerable, to share what's going on.
I guess because it is being trained from a young age that men, and not all men, but it's like trained from a young age that men don't show emotion. If you show emotion, and we spoke about this before in one of the other videos, if you show emotion as a man, then you might be considered, you know, weak or a girl or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think that's more so old school thinking, maybe baby boomer generation perhaps, with, you know, yes, you had to be the man and provide and do all that and not so much share your emotions or your feelings and just get on with it, and then the partner, wife or girlfriend feels like she's a bit left out because, you know, it's like, oh, he can't share his feelings with me. And that, I think, for you girls would be hard to...
I think it is hard. Like, for me, I'm actually really lucky and blessed because I'm with you. So we talk constantly. You know, we can't shut up.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing a podcast, because we talk constantly. But if I was with... I guess it comes back down to also because we're interested in the same things as well.
Oh, that's true.
If I was with someone who wasn't interested in the same thing as me, which I have been in the past, I'd never felt free enough to express myself of what is really going on. And I guess that also there's a lot of couples out there that do have different likes and different hobbies and things like that. And sometimes it works out really, really well. They're actually able to really express because they're doing different things, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that well. And a lot of the time I feel like for females, I do apologize to all females, but sometimes us females may think that we need something in common with someone.
I feel I think you do need some common ground on levels. I don't think you need to be the same.
No, you need some differences.
Yeah, you need to be on the same page as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If one is really loving and the other one's not so really loving, I mean, that can be a bit hard for the person that's, you know, really loving.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if you can leave a comment what we're discussing, especially on this topic at the moment, because it's really interesting how we have a conversation and we start with something and we end up on something else, which is still connected to what we talked about at the start, but if we're just nutting it out on a different level.
Yeah. Expanding on it.
Yeah, expanding on it. because maybe that's the core of that, because we're talking about at the start the different genders not being able to share the same, information or be together on certain topics.
And we started off with you going to a women's circle.
Yeah.
Which
we weren't told it was just a
women's circle.
Yeah.
So it is interesting how we might change the topic, but it is all relevant anyway.
It is, yeah.
And I do, going back to what you said about us being male and female being very different, we've got different makeups.
Yeah.
And males too can be very emotional, but I feel like females are very emotional and we carry a lot of emotion. Even if we don't show it, we still carry it. Yeah, it's
different. And you ladies, you give birth, so that's a whole complexity right there. And you have to be, you ladies are the nurturers, the carers. And so you have to have a certain level of chemistry makeup, which is different than ours. It's very, very different.
I guess it goes back to, if you could say, caveman day, where the men are the warriors. Even in any dynasty or century or whatever you want to call it, men are the fighters, the warriors, the protectors, which has carried even down to this day and age. And the females are the nurturers, the mothers. They look after everyone, they feed everyone. So they have to be, in a way, the chemistry of females is to be loving, and the chemistry of males is to be
the protector,
the fighter.
Yeah. But this day and age, men and women are going out there battling their dinosaurs, so to speak. Where back in that time frame, it was the men that did that.
But I guess in this day and age, I feel it's more beneficial that we both do it.
Well, financially,
we both have to, so-called fight our dinosaurs, our T-Rexes and stuff like that, because we've got to work as a team now.
Yeah. And that's interesting. I guess what you're saying on a level that we've had to unite more as a male-female species together and work better as a team, but it's a different way of doing things now than before.
It is still, there's still the males who are the protectors and the females are the nurturers and the lovers and the caregivers and stuff like that, but now it's a different level. It is a different level. They're still those separate things, but they're now having to come together to be a team. Like you always say, the alchemical marriage. Yeah. I feel like that's what is needed now.
And we talk about that before, weren't we? With the alchemical marriage, we did that in another show with the male, female, the mind and the heart coming together in the dance.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we talked about that with Christopher and Joanna as well on another show, talking about that same thing. Yeah. The dance needs to be pretty much working together in harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is connected to, back to manifestation.
It is.
So that's interesting, isn't it?
So
I was at a woman's circle talking about manifestation, but pretty much no men were allowed to be there, so there was no dance, and all the women had to dance by themselves.
Oh, wow. So if they actually allowed men, the masculine energy in there.
Within themselves. Because that's a mirror, isn't it?
Yeah. So they weren't actually allowing
that masculine to dance with their feminine. Yeah. Ah, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of whack.
Yeah. But okay, so let's take it to a different level. That particular group probably were dancing with a certain masculine energy. But it was maybe a masculine energy that might not have been, let's say, in the long run, beneficial for their energy. Like they could have been manipulated to, be that certain way, so that they would be actually on a different path. Let's say that may not actually be beneficial for them. In the long run.
You know what I'm getting, because we want to do a topic on the moon.
Yes,
I'm a bit mindful of it. Leave a comment below if you'd like us to talk about our perceptual understanding about the moon and the frequency and what's going on on levels. I'm just getting that now.
Wow. The reason why I say wow is because I have always wanted to talk about the moon, the subject of the moon, because of what has happened.
But if people ask...
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Jason's always been very mindful. But yeah, if you want to understand our perception of the moon, leave us a comment. Yeah.
And there's a lot of information out there as well. David Icke was one of the big ones that started.
I was just thinking about him.
Yeah. So it is very interesting, and we've had quite a few healings where we've had stuff and soul shards taken from us and being put, in whatever on the moon.
And we've had dreams about the moon.
Yeah, the last show we did was all about, which is not uploaded now, but it will be, about my moon experience with time with this job, and share singing If I Could Turn Back Time.
And my dream about us being on the moon, and I just created a complete chaos.
Yeah.
To the point where we weren't invited back.
Yeah, which I'm happy about.
I'm ecstatic about that, actually.
Yeah. Next time you invite me to the moon on the astral, I'll be like, I'm sorry, Alison, I love you, but I'm going to go somewhere else.
I think I'd be doing the same thing as well. I was like, no, sorry, Alison. Hold on, wait, I'm Alison.
Funny. Anything else you want to add to this conversation? Because it's gone from manifestation, woman's circle, to psychic attack, to shops, clients, and genders.
No, I think I'm good. I think the moral of the story for us, or for me, is that, you're right, that the masculine and feminine energies, like the real true-hearted masculine and feminine energies, need to come together and create that beautiful dance. Yeah,
it's the reconnecting and awakening the divine masculine and divine feminine, and working in a dance together.
Yeah.
In harmony.
Yeah.
Not in battle with each other.
No, that's exactly it.
Yeah, because both species, or the female and the male species, all have beautiful gifts to share together, and I think would make even an amazing person if we were at that level. And none of this crap around everywhere may not be playing out. There's too much of a power game, I think, with the genders sometimes.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
It'd be nice if we could grow up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's kind of like the birds and the bees, or the butterflies and the bees. Everyone just working in together.
Yeah.
And they're not bothering each other. They're just dancing around each other.
Yeah, and we all have our own gifts and talents as men and women.
Yeah.
We have a lot to share together.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of stuff I've learnt from you and vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the female energy and the masculine energy you've learnt, and I've learnt the feminine.
Yeah.
Has really made us a more of a, what's the word? Maybe complete, but...
harmonious?
Yeah, more flowing, more understanding, more awakened on levels. So I think it's important. And the love vibration as well is really fantastic.
Yeah.
So... yeah,
anything that you want to share?
No, I'm pretty good. I wasn't expecting that turnaround, everyone, so...
Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you would love to support us, we would love for you to buy us a coffee. Greatly love coffee. We love coffee so much.
Keeps us awake.
It does keep us awake on the long hours that we do spend. And the link is in the description as well. So yeah, if you want to support us, we would love a coffee. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed what we had to share with you today. And until next time.
We'll see you in the next one.
Oh, sorry, unless you wanted to say another goodbye.
Goodbye. It's been one of those days. We send you lots of love and lots of blessings, and have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
All right, see you soon, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.